Hello, you beautiful people. It's me, Inferno here, and today I'm here to bring you guys another video. One that actually I've kind of had the idea to do for a while. I don't know, just something that I felt like doing. Cause hey, who cares? As you've seen by the title, I am giving you guys my top, not top, but like ranking the regions in order from favorite to from least favorite to favorite. Um, just a disclaimer, this is going to offend three people. I'm calling it right now. It's going to offend three people. And just before that happens, I love all regions of Pokemon. I truly do. I don't dislike. People are always hating on stuff like that. Really, even Let's Go, like did a lot of people liked it. A lot of people didn't. But me, I didn't like it or dislike it. I just said, you know what? It's in the middle for me. I don't care. I bought the game anyway, played it and beat the main story, but then I just put it down because I didn't care. But I didn't dislike it. And every other game, people always have problems. They're always explaining, oh, this generation sucks, yada yada. I don't care. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. And that's what goes for Pokemon. Granted, the whole thing's about fighting, but we don't talk about that. So, yeah. How I'm gonna be ranking this is really not only the generation itself, the region. Not like when I say generation, I mean region. Um, but how much of an emotional attachment it has to me, how much nostalgia I have for it. Um, so when you see some of them, maybe you'll be surprised, maybe you won't. Who knows? Maybe you'll be like, I totally saw it coming from a mile away. In front of your content is trash. Unsub. Don't know why you'd be that angry over me doing the thing, but whatever. Um, Now in past videos like this where I've been ranking stuff, I've always used Google because I don't have editing software. Um, and you'd always be able to see the search bar at the top and my mouse. Now you might say, oh, to use F11, go full screen, and go like this. Yeah, well, I kind of can't reach my tabs up here to switch them. So instead, I did the smart thing, got a image of all maps in order, so the order of the video wouldn't be spoiled. And you can't see my cursor right now, hopefully, assuming OBS is doing its job, because I took off cursor, so you never know what it's gonna be until it is. Don't know if that even makes any sense. Maybe it does. Either way, without the stalling, let's get into this video. So, number one, my least favorite Pokemon region is the one you're looking at right now. Kanto, the OG. Now, why do I hate it so much? Because it's so oversaturated. That's the only reason. I mean, on top of the fact that yeah, I never got to play the original game. I did play on the virtual console. It was cool. Again, I don't hate Kanto. I just like it the least. It's so oversaturated. Come on, Let's Go was only there to get GoFans as a cash grab. I it's lost all value to me. We've seen it so many times now, and it just gets to the point where it's just like it's the same old story. It's the same old stuff. There's like Brock and Misty and all the other gym leaders I've seen so many times. It just doesn't have any value to me because I never played it. It was never one of the first games I played. I've already said multiple times, not in this video, but in past videos, what the first region I've ever played is. But if you're a new subscriber who hasn't seen any of those videos where I've stated it, that would give it away immensely. So, yeah, that's kind of the reason. Just oversaturation and me never really truly feeling that attached to the region that many other people have. So, number two on the list is Johto for the same exact reason as Kanto. Not oversaturation, but I never truly got to feel it. When I say feel, I mean just like feel attached to it. I have a copy of Soul Silver. I'm looking at it right now. And I played it and it was an awesome game. It truly is, but it never had the emotional attachment that like any of the top three did. The top three on this list are games that I can just enjoy immensely every time. Not again. I don't hate Johto. I don't even dislike Johto. I just like it the least. And obviously, there are many people who love Johto and Kanto, and I see where they're coming from. But most of the time, they were truly able to live their childhood as those games were coming out. Though these games are older than I am, I never got the chance to. Um, but yeah, it's still a great region. I always liked, especially in Soul Silver, how you got to go back to Kanto. It's a really cool thing. How it was almost a open world esque thing in Kanto. At least when I played through it, I was very smart and went the order I went when I in Soul Silver with Kanto was like Lieutenant Surge, uh, it's like Lieutenant Surge, Erica, Sabrina, Misty, Brock, Koga, then Blaine, then Blue. Um, but yeah, it's fun region, but just the emotional attachment was never there. Now, number 3 on this list, not being creative whatsoever, is Hoenn. Now, you might say Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and that's what I'll say back to you. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, great games, loved them. It's kind of gone in order, 1, 2, 3. I'm being very creative right now, but I swear, I swear it's going to change soon. Hoenn, it was one of those games where I was still on, like, the X and Y hype for me. I got the game. I remember this exactly. I walked into Toys R Us with my mom, ripped Toys R Us. I went to the Pokemon section. It was all Omega Ruby. There wasn't a single Alpha Sapphire left. Now, I'd heard of Gen 3 Ruby and Sapphire, but I never truly knew it. Because again, these games are older than I am. I never like truly felt the hype of those games coming out. So I got Omega Ruby, beat that game in 3 days. I laid in my bed for like 6 hours after I got home, and I was already in Mauville City by the time my parents were like, go to bed, and I was like, but I don't wanna. Yeah, these games are awesome. The greatest. I will give it this: the greatest post game of any Pokemon game. Period. To date, the Delta episode, amazing. Loved it. I love this entire region. I just didn't love it as much as the next ones. And actually, the one that comes after this can honestly be interchangeable with Hoenn or this next one, because they're honestly at the same place for me. These were great games. Moving on. Next is Alola, Generation 7. We finally broke the chain. So, again, very similar to Hoenn, a very islandish thing, and like surfing along. You got a bunch of different islands, lots of water. Why do I like it so much? Because that was the first game where I was truly conscious. I truly felt the hype coming into that game. That was the first game where I started. This game made me start watching YouTube because PokeTubers were covering it. There were trailers coming out, leaks, everything. That is why I started watching YouTube. That's why I fell in love with YouTube. That is why I started this whole channel. There's this emotional attachment to me for Alola because it started this channel. It truly did. Now obviously there are some downsides. You might say, well, if it's literally a thing that started a giant hobby of yours and made you pay over a bunch of money to start up, why is it only at number 4? The region itself has some problems. Very linear. There's that. It's super linear. But I mean, like you never truly got to explore the waters. There's all the cutscenes and stuff like that. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. That I should really be counting this as Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon because those games were what Sun and Moon should have been. I loved Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Again, I love all these regions, just some more than others. I don't know how many times I need to say it, because I guarantee somebody's gonna be angry in the comments. Because somebody's gonna like watch this, see Generation 1's at the bottom, and immediately pause the video, immediately go down, type a hate comment. I can already see it coming. So yes, it was very linear. It didn't get to explore the water much. Pony Island didn't have much on it, but obviously it's kind of to be expected. One of the things I love about Pokemon games is all the cities and towns, and that was one thing that Alola definitely lacked. Granted, again, it's 4 tiny islands. That's all I can really think of for the negatives. The music, great. The design, what the characters looked like, oh, I loved it. Some people hate it, and I don't know how. You might say, oh, it's laggy in battles, and there's so many pixels, but it's easily one of the best looking games on all of the 3DS. They pushed the 3DS truly to its limits, and I love it for that. And I was able to truly feel the hype, so that is why it is at number 4. Yes, 4 can do math. But next up on the list is Unova. Unova, it was I never actually played Black and White. I'm gonna say this. I started off with the game I started off with, and I played Black and White 2. Because I actually remember this specifically. I was at a family gathering in two of my cousins. One had white 2, one had black 2, and I saw that and I was like, oh my god, what are these games called? And they're like Pokemon White. My cousin was like Pokemon White 2, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta get it. So a week later, so maybe I got Pokemon White 2, and I love this game. Ugh. Man, when people hate on Gen 5, it hurts my soul. It truly does. I don't see why people hate it as much as they do. In Black and White, yes, I know it's kind of annoying having to be stuck with only Generation 5 Pokemon, but they weren't even that bad. Like, Garbodor, a Pokemon made of literally trash, that is one of actually the most creative things that ever. They took a trash can, and they took a trash bag and made 2 Pokemon. They, like, Zebstrika, loved it. Electric Zebra, loved it. Chandelure, it's such a creepy Pokemon, and I love it for that. Obviously, not every single Pokemon there is great. You've damaged the Darmanitan, the GOAT, the MVP. You have Jojo. You have Jojo the Simisage. He's also great. The other monkeys, elemental monkeys. I don't care for them. Like, there are obviously other Pokemon like that where it's like on Pheasant, where it's like, yeah, you're not exciting in the slightest. But Sigilyph, the Crocodile line, Scraggy line, I love all of them, and this is a game that I truly don't understand why so many people hate it. Like, the music in it's great. I love how it's based off America. Oh God, voice crack. I love how it's based off America. And you didn't. Those last 20 seconds never happened. Okay, moving on. Next up is Kalos. Oh, X and Y. Oh, the glory days, man. X and Y is just one of those games where even as I'm recording this right now and looking at it, I'm looking at my copy of Pokemon Y and wanting to play it again. This is a game that I can come back to, play it over, and never hate it. I love this game for everything that it is. It's just, man. I'm horrible at explaining it, but I just love this game so much. The music, it's great. The art style is so pretty. It looks a lot like Let's Go, and you know, it would be cooler with me if Let's Go wasn't Let's Go, because again, the least favorite Pokemon games. I'll just say that. But yeah, what else can I say about it? Just that emotional attachment. I remember getting Pokemon Y on Christmas Eve, and oh man, I was one happy camper, man. After the whole family party was done, I pulled out my 3DS and just said, I'm gonna be back. Went up to my room, sat there for like 5 hours straight, and played it. That's how much I loved this game. It's so. I feel like that's one of the things why Hoenn was another big thing, because it looked a lot like X and Y, and I have so many stupid stories of me in that game because I was an idiot. I stopped playing X and Y for 3 months, one point, because I got stuck on the maze at the palace, which was again the dumbest thing. And once I learned the pattern, I felt like the biggest idiot. Once I finally got past it, the first time I was playing through it, the first time I got past it, I was so happy. And then immediately after, I saw how quick and easy I could do it, and I hated myself for it. And then later, in the Kalos power plant, when Team Flare's there are these 2 tiny narrow walkways, and everything's so dark and it blended in so well that I didn't see it. I didn't play the game for 2 weeks because I was like, I need to take a break from it because I don't know where to go. I ran around for like 2 weeks without doing anything because I somehow didn't see that there was an opening there. Oh God, I was such an idiot. Yeah, those are definitely two reasons why I love that game so much because of how stupid I was, and then I learned from my mistakes, and it was all good again. But yeah, moving on to the final one. If your memory is bad, then this will be pretty obvious to you. Before we move on, also Mega Evolutions. Love Kalos for that. Yeah, need to move on. The final one, Sinnoh. Oh, Generation 4, Gen 4's besto. Oh, man. This was my first Pokemon game. I played Pokemon Diamond, first one. Yeah, it's all nostalgia for me. Come on, my mascot's Infernape. You guys should have seen this coming from the start. Yes, I liked how it was a colder region. Like most regions like Alola or Hoenn are warmer, tropical than places like Unova, Kalos, Johto, and Kanto. All of their cold places, but this one just seemed always cooler to me. And living in a place where right now there's a foot of snow and it's around maybe 20-25 degrees out right now. It was always a really cool thing having the mountain go right through the middle, and how you go towards the beginning of the game, maybe 20% way through the game. Not even 20, 15 at that. You go through that mountain where the final climax is, but you don't know it. And then later, at the climax of the game, you head back up and you see this, and oh man, it was perfectly well rounded for me. I love this game for everything that it is. The region is very diverse in my opinion. It has its tropical places. It has its warmer side. I mean, San Jim Town, Sunny Shore, all that. Yeah, it's all nostalgia for me. It's such a memorable place. It's got such a memorable place in my head and my heart that it was an obvious number one from the start. But with all that being said, tell me what your guys' favorite regions and least favorite, or hell, rank them all. Just go down in the comments and start talking, because I love it when that happens, and at the rate how small this channel is, I respond to everything. Maybe not immediately, but definitely quick enough. Unless it's the impending hate comments I'm gonna get for putting Kanto at my least favorite. But yeah, with all that being said, I've been Inferno, and I'll see all you lovely people again next time.